to St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. We were supposed to get in at 11:30, but we have an amazing captain who got us here 2 hours before. So he got us here at 9:30. So people have disembarked. We are doing an excursion that doesn't end until, I'm sorry, that doesn't start until 1. With that being said, our excursion is very simple. We probably could have taken a taxi to do this, probably for cheaper, but it's going to the mountaintop and then going up to that. The mountaintop, Derek wants to go and see again and just take a tour, and then we would end up here. And then once we end up here, we come down on our own and we walk back to the ship on our own. We're here until 7 p.m. So we're contemplating on, do we, cut things early and come to dinner here, or do we just hang out in St. Thomas, miss dinner, enjoy the day? So we will probably figure it out as we go once we're kind of sitting up there. But St. Thomas is beautiful. It's one of my favorite islands. So I'm very, very happy to be here. So we have a good hour or two before we need to be called down there with all the people lining up. But one thing I like about St. Thomas is that it is warm, but it's always a nice breeze. Always a nice breeze. And fun fact for those who may not know, St. Thomas, you can actually get here by plane, and a passport is not needed because it's a part of the U.S. Virgin Islands. So no passport is needed. It's about 2.5 hours from Miami on flight. So if you just want to come to St. Thomas to visit, to fly in, you are welcome to do that. Sitting here in St. Thomas, waiting for our time to be called down. We didn't video a lot yesterday. Yesterday was our sea day. We did a couple activities. You'll probably see that towards the end of the video. Derek got involved, which he never gets involved, but he was forced to get involved in one of the activities. And then we just kind of hung out, did some line dancing, went to Sabatini's. We've been a couple of cruises since we've gone to Sabatini's. They did change their menu. Before it was like a 6-course, and it's only down to 3 courses. Which is fine because Sabatini's was gluttony. Is it my favorite restaurant? My favorite specialty dining? No. The food still lacks a little bit of flavor for me. Especially after going to Rhum. Yeah, it's going to be a hard comparison. But it left a little bit of flavor. But the bread and the olive oil and balsamic were amazing. The soup, use maybe a little pinch of salt, and then I ended up having chicken parmesan. I think the one problem with the chicken parmesan was that they didn't season the batter for the chicken, and I think just relied on the sauce and the cheese to kind of make the flavor. So if the batter was seasoned, it would have been perfect because it was very tender and juicy chicken. But I'm happy that we did it, so we can say that we did it. We checked it off, done. But the dining room has been very good. So, if you decide not to do a specialty dining, that's completely fine. I think the dining room will shine like it's been shining like a star. And then after that, we saw a show, listened to some of the music. The band on board is called The Sound. We've had better bands. I mean, they're good. They're not great. So, the other bands kind of mix it up a little bit. I think yesterday, for formal night, they were a little bit sleepy kind of in their music. But then we came back and we watched the good old Indiana Jones movie and fell asleep. So that was our day. You'll see some of it at the end. And then we will kind of bring you along to St. Thomas. Why the laugh?
Princess Excursions, like we've only had this problem in the past 2 cruises or whatever, but basically it says wait outside. the pier, and it's just chaos. One person says go one way, one person says go the other, one person says outside the port, one person says inside.
Yeah, there was a passenger, I'm assuming husband and wife, that missed their excursion because they were told to stand somewhere else, and the excursion actually gathered in a different place, so it left without them, and so they missed the excursion. So they have to kind of.
That's why just being out here early isn't good enough. You gotta ping multiple people and figure out, where your stuff is. Keep an eye.
Yeah.
Keep asking.
Yeah, there's only been like this lately. I don't know if they need to kind of have better communication with the tour operators. The tour operators need to report where they're going to stand, or if there's any change in where they're standing, they need to let the passenger know that, hey, what's on your ticket is not correct. Yep. We've changed where you're supposed to stand, because they're like, oh, pick the person with the orange hat, but they all have orange hats on.
Yeah.
So
the good thing with this, if for some reason we miss this, we get a full refund. I'll go up to the top of this mountain and get it.
Yeah. So if you miss your tour because you did the right thing, not you missed your tour because you were late to the tour, but if you did the right thing, there's lots of excursion officers out that you will kind of go to them, let them know. They will figure out what happened and kind of go from there.
Maybe they'll call our guide. We know somebody on this island. Was this island or was it St.Maarten?
It was St.Maarten.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We don't have a guide.
We don't have a guide. St.Maarten, we had a cab driver that we could have used last time that would have taken us around for a small fee. So,
Yeah.
But learn to get guides. Get people on every island.
Yeah. Need to find one on this island.
Yes. Yes. So we have about 30 minutes to wait. We will hopefully end up in the right place. Hopefully we won't be like doing a snorkeling because we don't have clothes for that. We'll be on the right tour. Go from there.
Oh, right.
Derek, never following directions.
I don't know what the directions are.
The directions were vague.
Remember I told you guys St. Croix is the biggest island out of the bunch?
Yes.
Well, you still can't see it because today's not a clear day. But in the distance out there, straight south, east of us, that is St. Croix out there. You just can't see it. It's there. Just know it's there. Let's visualize and pretend it's there.
We're at the famous mountaintop, which is the home of the world famous banana daiquiri. It's light rum, dark rum, bananas, what she told us. So it's at the bar in the very back. They also have ice cream. This is an actual store as well. So lots of shops. I don't know if it's how expensive or cheap it is because I've actually never shopped in it, but tons and tons to get. So if you want some type of souvenir, I'm sure you can find it here. What'd you say?
My life is complete.
I know.
I've been here in 2 years.
And this is paradise with no passport needed. And a banana daiquiri, right? Banana daiquiri made with real bananas.
That's $20 daiquiri.
Yeah, she showed me the actual bananas. Made with real bananas and dark rum and light rum. Blended with ice. You can do this at home. Technically.
Not like that. Fort Lauderdale. Just get us around the city.
Around the city. Around street version.
Yeah. They have them in like other...
You should have been Los Olas.
Yeah. They have them in like Central and South America.
So where it drops you off, maybe it's not as far as last time it was a walk but we got lost. So maybe the walk was longer than it should have been because we got lost, but it looks like we can cross, put on here and just go straight. There's Derek and all of his things that he bought at the mountaintop. Let me just tell you this little story as we... No. We're going to tell the story as we are walking.
She left me.
I left him for literally 5 minutes to go find our guide to ask her a question. When I come back, Derek's almost at the register with a handful of staff.
Like, if you're going to do it big.
I can't with him. This is why I gotta watch him at all times. This is why we have to vacation together. Can you imagine if I let him go with his friends? I always have to be around to watch him. I've decided to take the stairs from deck 4 to deck 17, which is where Rhum is. Let's see how far I can make it. I need the exercise. Get things going. Let's see how well this works. And we get to go. We're on deck 17 already. And let's see. We did it. We made it. Let's see if we can find Derek. Is he already in the room? Let's find out. Otherwise, we'll have to text him because he may be waiting for me. Let's see if Derek is actually waiting for me. Let's see. No, he was not. I said, let's see if Derek is waiting for me.
I did wait, and then I'm like, screw this.
It's only 3 minutes. Well, 5 at the most.
I didn't see you come up the stairs. I'm like, I'm walking.
Can you believe that? I could have been dead on the stairs, people. Passed out.
We have a great
on the
medical
stairs.
facility on this boat. Oh, shit.
Horrible. But I made it. I made it. We are heading into Antigua. In Antigua, we will be doing a catamaran, a snorkel, and beach. I'm a little nervous about the water temp. It hasn't been super hot. It's been nice, maybe in the high 70s, low 80s. But the water temp hasn't been warm. So, I mean, at least my level of warm. I liked water temp in the high 80s. So we'll see. We'll see if we stay on the catamaran or if we get into the water at all. Docking right next to the Grand Princess in Antigua. What class is the Grand Princess, Derek?
Grand class? I don't know.
And we're off. Headed to our excursions. We have to meet. Hopefully it's easier to... Oh, I'm missing a person. Hopefully it's easier.
Good morning.
Thank you. Hopefully it's easier to know where to line up than yesterday.
It's a lot of winds.
A lot of wind, so hopefully, I talk loud, so hopefully I talk loud enough to where you can hear me through the wind. And today I have my selfie stick. So yay to that.
Get that finger out of the way. Find a new drink.
It's half and half because I'm very much of a lightweight. So half, it really is homemade rum punch. So yeah, rum punch because he made it.
Yeah,
All
I had.
ingredients there.
Yep.
Versus like people will buy it from like
Store.
when you come on Catamaran, and he used brown sugar. And then mine's just the other half Sprite because I'm a lightweight. Otherwise, Derek, on the other hand, this right here will put you out.
Awesome stuff.
You can tell the richness, the difference.
That's what I came for. It is better than the Bahamas and other places. Yeah.
You should video see what the ingredients.
Liquor. Picture of that.
It's exciting. No. I'm talking about the fight.
Any Alabama? Sylvanus? Any cannabis?
No. So there's a fight happening amongst the locals, and then they're selling aloe and cannabis.
Yeah. It's Caribbean, I like.
No. I think because he's trying to do the jet skis and he's interrupting his job and trying to tell him how to do his job. He's like, man, you should be up closer. He's like, how you gonna try to tell me too much? See, it's because I live in South Florida. I understand. We have landed in St.Maarten, and we are right next to the Caribbean Princess. People are heading out. We got here, I think, around 7 a.m. Our tour is not scheduled until our meeting time is 10:20, and we're here until 5. There is some rain expected that I saw, and the clouds are definitely there for some possible rain. We've been on the Caribbean Princess before, I think maybe 3 times. One initially for Thanksgiving, one time for the Panama Canal, and the 3rd time for transatlantic. But I must say, Enchanted is probably my favorite cruise. We're doing a Topper's rum tasting cooking class excursion. Hopefully it's not as much cooking because I want to cook on vacation, but it should be interesting. And then we had this, just FYI, which I'm very excited about. So for the World Fresh Marketplace, which is the Lido Dining from 5:30 to 10 p.m., they are having some theme nights every night. So you can see what will be going on for the next few nights in the Lido Dining. So if you have a excursion that actually gets you past your dining time, the World Market is having theme nights. So very exciting. And of course, as always, we will take you along with us for this excursion. We've been to St.Maarten a couple of times, and we're doing something different today. We've done bike riding. You've seen us do that crazy zip lining. And so now we're doing something less adventurous. We're which depending on what we're eating could be of interest. Nice little eating time, and then we'll get back on board and kind of go from there. It's a nice breezy day. The high's supposed to be 80, but it's been pretty windy for all the ports, which has actually made the temperatures much more easier to deal with. So, see you soon. Beautiful St.Maarten. Derek is enjoying the breeze.
Yeah. Stuck in a hot elevator.
Stuck in a hot elevator. Excited about the breeze. Hello. So now we have come to always check with one of the excursion team members. For excursion location. I think this is the one excursion that we actually met out there. They told us to meet here, but it was actually far out there. Yeah. So we will learn from our mistakes that we had in November. If you're interested in cruising, a great time is March. For actually very tempered weather. For me, it's a little chilly because of the wind, but it's not super hot. So if you want to visit these places but avoid the intense heat of it, fall or spring is actually a really good time to visit.
Not bad.
Alright, and now we just have the banana brunch handbag, okay? Let's give you the
This tastes good. She's a lightweight.
How many more?
We're headed back. Everyone is happy-go-lucky after the Rhum factory.
Lots of stuff.
Unexpected purchases. How was your excursion to the Topper's Rhum factory?
It was actually good. A lot of different rums. It was all pretty much almost like homemade.
Yeah, so they actually made these rums in-house. They have approximately four that they mass produced, and then the rest of the 100 rums that they produce in small quantities and only buy from that place. So we got some jalapeno rums, cotton candy, orange, and guava berry, which is supposed to be their national drink.
Which we didn't taste.
Yes.
We got some of it.
So we're gonna have to hopefully it's fine. But Derek's carrying on the bag so they can look at him crazy when he has to sign in 7 bottles of alcohol.
She said because we're bringing it from here and it's all homemade batches, you can get unlimited. No taxes, no nothing.
Yes, you don't have to. You don't have to declare it because it's considered homemade. And to be homemade, it has to be 75% or 85% homemade, and then the other 15% made by machine. So 85% of it was made by hand.
Almost rented a truck to back up to the ship. Just a couple pallets.
So never done this.
Nothing in the Princess policy that says we can't do that.
Yes, can't bring pallets on. So it's a great excursion. You can actually probably take a taxi to do the same thing. But cheaper. But traffic is a little tight, a little crazy in St.Maarten. So if you're here for a long extended time, then yeah, take a taxi and just go to the Toppers Rhum factory. If you're in a short time, like our port time, I think our time's at 5 o'clock, maybe. So if you have like a quick excursion day, then you want to go ahead and do the excursion through the ship to make sure that you get back on time, or to make sure the ship doesn't leave you. But in November, we were here until like 10 p.m. We could have easily done this excursion on our own. And then they have a restaurant, and we could have taken the time to sat at the restaurant and ate, and by the ocean. So options for you. Options are good. Now it's roughly 1:45, and we're gonna get something to eat and then prepare for dinner, because that's how it rolls on a cruise. Because we had all this rum tasting on an empty stomach.
Halfway through the cruise, there's no holding back in food now. Eat.
Yeah. So we'll see. We spent the day out in St.Maarten, and we decided to skip dinner. We looked at the menu and didn't really see anything that we were super interested in. So Derek had the bright idea, let's do our ocean terrace sushi. So we get because we're booked this cruise a year ago, I think, we get the two casual dining. But for those who book the cruise now, you get 4 casual dinings. So we're using one of our casual dinings for tonight for some sushi. But let's be honest, the reason why we're doing sushi is because Derek had a burger at 2 o'clock.
Good, it was worth it. Did get the spot.
Dinner's at 5, so Derek's not really hungry. But so be it. So we have this is what you get for the casual dining. Starter, the appetizer, and then the main and some sides. So I think it'll be light enough for us to where we can eat it, enjoy it, not be super stuffed. But if you're not full, then there's always plan B, which is
Pizza.
no, Lido dining. Yeah. Or pizza. Or another burger. They're both open till 9. Come out with the sushi. So I have no idea what half the sushi is. I know this is shrimp. Tuna. Something is it. This is tuna. And then this is something tempered. I am assuming. Vegetables, seaweed. They're gonna be healthy. We'll be healthy today. And a Tokyo tea.
This is tuna on top of here as well.
This is the one that we always would get. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. We can tell we're not sushi aficionados for sure. Derek just doesn't. He wants to make sure he doesn't get diarrhea.
Blame you for it.
That's his biggest concern about eating raw fish. Yes. So we'll let you know how it goes. We're in St. Kitts. We usually do not do an excursion. We've done one, I think. Otherwise, we usually stay on the ship. But today, I had the bright idea. I'm doing a 4x4 in beach, and when we get off, it's raining. So it's a good thing we brought some umbrellas, and it's a little bit of cold rain. So I didn't video anything coming off the ship. I was just trying to stay dry. But I'm assuming this is like a Caribbean shower. It will pass quickly, and we'll have a great time.
I hope so.
Otherwise, when we come back to St. Kitts, we won't be doing anything.
So we normally just sit and eat a meal and relax on the ship.
Today is usually pizza day. Pizza day and a good show. Pizza and opera. It's usually our St. Kitts day. So we'll see. We'll take you along with us to see how the excursion is. They were very prompt. Like the people for excursions were out here. There was already a line. I mean, the ship just allowed passengers off at 8, and it was already a line. So, pretty good. I think I did zip lining in St. Kitts. Wasn't too exciting. The best zip lining is in Jamaica, but yeah. But I think the Segway is the only thing we've ever done in St. Kitts. And then we go out to the shops, and they're quite aggressive. So you go out, you get turned off, and then you come back home. On board. We're doing a new excursion that I picked out. Safari.
It's actually comfortable. The seats are nice.
Yeah. See, I told you. We try everything once.
We've been on open air ones like this, and it was like hard.
Good morning, everyone.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Hello, am I loud enough?
Like those seats.
Thank you.
That's what I remember.
All protected. Things we've never done. Here. Beautiful. We should be listening to what he's saying, though. We're like, We're heading back from our excursion. How was it?
It was actually great. I was a little hesitant about doing it, but it was actually great.
Yeah, we were all the way up there on the other side of the mountain, and they came down to the beach. So it was actually really good. It was probably the cheaper of most of the excursions. So this one was, I would say, roughly $90 a person, which in St. Kitts is actually cheap because some of the other ones that wasn't as fun was more expensive. So St. Kitts is not a cheap island. Could you do something on your own? If you're brave enough, you could. But we are not that brave when we have a 5 p.m. return. We want to make sure that we get back.
Restrooms here.
Oh, that's nice. Every time we come, something new. So we're here with the Celebrity Ascent. Last time I think we were the only ones here, so this time there's 2, and there is another dock because I think Carnival. Oh, yeah, right there. And just know it's a nice little walk from the ship to the port area, so just kind of be aware. Also, there's a lot of stores, but they all kind of sell the same thing. So you go to one, you've been to them all. All made in China. Now we're heading for our traditional pizza. Every time we go to St. Kitts, we go to Gigi's or Alfredo's. So that'll be the same. It's 12:22. We'll get our pizza hopefully. Now it's early enough. We have made it to Gigi's, Alfredo's, one of the two. I can't remember which one it is. Depending on the ship that you're on, determines if it's Gigi's or Alfredo's, but it's their paid pizzeria. When you have the plus package, you actually get this as one of the casual dinings. If you are booking recently, then you get 4 casual dinings per cruise. So depending on however long your cruise is, if it's 7 days or 10 days or 20 days, it's only 4 per cruise. If you have the Premier package, you get, I think it's unlimited. So we booked this a year ago, so we're kind of under the old system. So we only get 2, I think, per cruise. So we did the sushi yesterday. We're doing this today. If we book any future cruises on Princess this year, we will be grandfathered, or we will be given the 4 per cruise, if that makes sense. But it's part of our package, so we're doing that, and with a little Aperol spritz, a Coke, and some type of something on the rocks. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. But we'll show you kind of what the meals look like. Everything is, so far, has been grand on the ship. The pizza in the Lido can be cooked maybe 5 minutes longer, but overall, everything else has really been fantastic as far as food and service. Except for initially in the piazza with the drinks, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway, other than that, things have been great, and so we'll show you what we get. I got the ensalada for the salad, and then Derek ended up getting, what'd you get?
What I thought was a caprese, but it's a nice caprese.
Yeah, so it looks different than what we had before, which I like. I like that when we come, things get changed up a little bit. So it's mozzarella with tomatoes and peppers and zucchini, maybe? Yeah, very good. Got the pizza. I ended up getting some Italia something. It has prosciutto and some cheese and balsamic vinaigrette. And then Derek got hot something. Hot Mike's pizza.
Mike's hot honey, always.
Yes, hot honey. So it has onion rings.
Any hot pepper?
Sure. Prosciutto. The onion rings. No prosciutto, but I think. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. I'm assuming that's like ham or some type of meat, as well as Parmesan cheese. So we're going to share whether he likes it or not. He is going to share with me. Bon appetit. We're at our last stop, which is Tortola. We've been here once before, 2 years ago. And we did the island excursion, island tour. Today we're doing slight island tour with beach day. He says, yes, we are, if you didn't hear him. So beach day is a very short beach day. We start at 8, I guess, to line up, and then we're back by 11. So unless the beach is really, really close, the beach days will be very limited. A couple of things about Tortola, that it is close to St.Thomas. Tortola is a British island, and they're really big are known for their sailing. For people who have budgets wide, you can actually rent a private sailboat, so something like that, for like a 7 or 10, or 7 or 10 people, and they're really big on doing that here in Tortola. So just in case you don't want to do a cruise ship, you have options.
test the water. See if it's Florida approved. But I like the clarity of like the last time.
Can you guys ask him what does he have in his hand? Because there's nothing in mine.
I don't know if it's pineapple in it. That's why.
You're always slowly trying to kill me with my pineapple allergy.
Tastes like guava.
Tastes like guava?
I don't know what else he has.
It looks very rich. Test the water. Let me leave my shoes. May be helpful. I think it's going to be cold because the stand is a little on the cooler side. So let's shirt. It's taking a while. It's cold, but not freezing. Been the theme of the day. I probably should tell you where we are. We're at Cays Garden Bay Beach. If you do this with an excursion on Princess, I can't remember how much it was. The actual get to the beach, it may have been like $50 a person, somewhere around there. You get the 2 chairs, but the umbrella is $5. They're very particular about that and a little bit slightly aggressive about that. So the chairs are free, but you have to pay the $5 for the umbrella. There's also an excursion where you can do the umbrella, the chairs, and lunch, which is like $150, so it's more than we went to do, and longer than we went to get the beach. But the sand is very soft sand. The water is clear water. It's March, so it's a little cool, but not freezing. There's a nice breeze here. I think if I were to come here on my own, I probably would stay just a couple hours. You know, unless you want to snorkel. I'm assuming the area where the beach are is kind of where it's surrounded by the majesty of beauty. But just to be forewarned, they're very blunt and abrupt when it comes to the chairs. So you have been warned.
Right? These 60 years will become 78 and so on and so forth. So anyway, thank you for cruising with us this particular cruise. And
Thank you.
let's give a toast to the captain. A toast. Thank you. And we look forward to sail with you again.
effortlessly.